people of YouTube, my name is Kurtyoy and welcome to Gameweek 11 preview. Now this game week is looking like it could be quite a big one. We've come back off a flop. I think the Dream Team had 118 points, which is poor. I got a lot of predictions wrong about the good players, and I think from now on I'm going to mention the players that I've got or predicted in the preview, so all 12 of them, 3 in each position, and then I'm going to go into the review and see how I did against them, how many points they got, and I'll see how many I got right. So as in like 2 points and above, I'd see as a good week, 2 points and below as a bad week. You know, it'll explain itself better when I do it in the review. So if you want to check that out, look forward to Game Week 11 review. But today we've got the 3 positions, 3 players in each positions that we're going to go through. Starting off, of course, with the goalkeepers. Now, we're starting off with a Manchester City goalkeeper. Goes by the name of Joe Hart. I can't find him because I got him on saves, that's why. But he goes by the name of Joe Hart. 4th highest scoring goalkeeper so far. Managed to pick up a clean sheet against Manchester United in the last week, which was a shocking game. Bored stiff I was throughout 90 minutes, basically because I was sleeping throughout most of it. Today, this weekend, they have a home game against Norwich, though, as you can see on the screen. And for me, that spells a good chance of making themselves an easy clean sheet. And also, he's got a good chance of making a few saves with the defence. Oh, he has in front of him. They proved themselves against United. They were very, very good. Moving on to the second defender, I was so close to putting Stekelenburg, there we go, that's the one, in for Southampton. However, I decided against it because I'm going to go with Tim Howard, who's the 5th highest scoring goalkeeper on here. For the simple fact, although he had a average game against Arsenal, probably could have done better for both the goals, but nonetheless had an average game. He's got a home game against Sunderland. Now, the thing that I picked for him is because he's made 35 saves this season, and I was on saves a second ago. If we go back onto saves, for me, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, 4th most amount of saves, they're going to breach the defence, he's going to make some saves anyway. So if you don't get the clean sheet, you're going to get the bonus point for 3 and above saves. So that's why I've put him in there. And lastly, we have the Tottenham goalkeeper, who's 6th. I haven't actually done this going straight down, but we have Hugo Lloris. He had, he conceded a goal against Bournemouth. I mean, can't get much worse than that, all jokes aside, before I piss people off. But he comes in on a Monday night football against Aston Villa, who probably will have a new manager by then, I'm sure. Will they be able to get the first game under wraps? Who knows? But good chance of getting a clean sheet, and if not, he's a great goalkeeper, so he'll make saves. Moving on now to the defence, in which is a surprising 3, I have to admit, and you will have to bear with me on all of them. First of all, he's not going to be on here, so I have to go by team. This is how in-depth we're going. I'm risking my bollocks here and saying Phil Jones. Now, he's barely played this season. You know, he's featured in 3 games, came on against Sunderland, played against Everton, played against City. All the games he's played in have been clean sheets, admittedly. I'm looking at Phil Jones and I'm thinking 5.2 million for United defender, and he was very good against City, admittedly. You know, he did get some bonus points, 3 of them in fact. You know, very good against City. I was impressed with him and Rojo. I was surprised Rojo didn't get any bonus points. But for 5.2 million, if they stick with him, he could be a good bet. And I think they will. Because the fact, you look at the 2 games he's played in. You're looking at, you know, away game against Everton, done fantastically well there. Home game against City, of course, a clean sheet against City is always wanted. They'll take the 0-0, I think, more than City would. And coming up in this game week, away game against Crystal Palace. Now that may be a bit of a risk, but Palace haven't been in best form recently for me. So I feel like they've got a good chance to get another clean sheet, another few bonus points, and also maybe even grabbing a goal or an assist. But he's been fantastic so far as he's been brought into the team. Next up, we're probably going to have to search through the teams again. We've got a man by the name of Hector Bellerin. Now, despite Arsenal's humiliating and somewhat, you know, glorious 3-0 loss to Sheffield Wednesday, come on. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, by the way, for all you that don't know. Hector Bellerin should be coming back in. He didn't play in that game, and I don't think he's going to be rivalled for the right-back spot anytime soon, because both Chambers and Debussy were, quite frankly, awful. And I can't see them beating Bellerin there, so he's going to be definitely a first-team starter. Although he started at 5.5, he's now 5.9, so cash on him while you can, because his price will just keep on going up. And for me, you're looking at the games they played, I was tempted to put Czech in there. for my goalkeepers. I decided against it. Only reason for it, he's going to bomb forward as well. So he's got a high chance of getting assists. And Swansea, of course, I think got a high chance of scoring too. That's why he's in there. And lastly, our third defender is going all the way across London. Probably not. It's actually the same part of London. To Mr. Toby A. I've put him on here. But Toby Alderweireld. Toby A. I'm going to call him. He got an assist in his last game in Bournemouth. Also picked up a clean sheet against Liverpool. And, you know, you come into this game, home against Villa. I'm thinking, it's got to be a clean sheet, hasn't it? Surely. Moving on now to the midfielders. We've got Sadio Mane in here. Now, before you start yelling at me saying, whoa, yay, he's suspended. His suspension serves on the midweek games in the Capital One Cup. So he is perfectly fine and dandy to be playing in the Premier League this weekend, which is good for us FPL players because we can bring him into our teams. He had a mad few minutes. You know, scored and then get sent off. I don't know whether he put a bet on himself to score and then get sent off. If he did, then probably earned a lot of money. But he's got he's been one of Southampton's best players. 50 scored so far in 10 games. Got the potential to be an over 200 scorer if he can continue it and not get the red cards. But he's back in the Southampton in the squad, And I believe, looking at who they're playing, Bournemouth, he's got to get on the act, surely. Second midfielder we've got, looking down at my phone again. I don't think he'll be there because he recently joined a club, but we have the man by the name of almost highest scoring midfielder there, Kevin De Bruyne. Now, every game he's played this season, he's picked up a bonus point. Whether it's been through a clean sheet, assists or goals, he's picked up a bonus point. He has yet to play a game without a bonus point. That, for me, surely means that, you know, you're looking at City's opponents. You think Norwich, he got to get on in the act. You look at the fact, you know, he got in the act in every single game. You're looking at one against West Ham when they lost, scored the one against Tottenham. You know, got in the act on Newcastle, having a goal and 2 assists. Also got an assist against Bournemouth in their 5-1 win. Only bad results being that Crystal Palace was poor, and of course United. He was marked out of the game fantastically. So he's definitely one to be going in there. I almost deleted the photos. That would have been bad. And lastly, we've got a hero from a few weeks ago, Mr. Wijnaldum. He's going to be going in there. Their high scorer, for obvious reasons. He scored 4 flipping goals in the 6-2 demolition, that's the word, of Norwich. But he had a poor game against Sunderland for the simple reason the referee fucked up. And it's now been rescinded. I've got a podcast coming out that was before the option before it had been rescinded. So, you know, all is good there. And I think he'll be coming back this week, hopefully getting some points against Stoke, who have been a poor side so far and are worryingly close to the relegation zone despite all their signings. And lastly, we look at our attackers. Now, as you can tell, by the side of me, someone is, you know, blatantly in there. And I'm putting Jamie Vardy in there. I don't think I've put him in there many times before, but he just can't stop scoring. You know, I've said that the 2-game rule, the 3-game rule, he's blasted the 7-game rule. You know, get him in your teams. He can't stop scoring. And if you don't, he looks lively. He's got pace. He's got power. You know, he's got that brain and that, you know, footballing finisher mind. He's in the right position at the right time. He's got everything going for him at the moment. West Brom away, although the Pulis regime is usually strong, I think this is the one to break the barriers. Moving on now to the second player. I'll stop talking in Riddleick bullshit and say, no, it's a person in my team. I'm going to search him up. Graziano Pella. He had a shocker against in the last 2 games, picking up no goals and no assists, which means his record is kind of tarnished. Before that, Southampton scored 13 goals and he'd appeared or assisted or scored in 10 of them. Now there are 16 and he's assisted or scored in 10 of them. Hopefully he can get back on the act today or this weekend, having a home game against Bournemouth. Also afterwards you've got an away game against Sunderland. So him and Mane definitely are ones to be getting in your team now. And lastly, the last striker we have is, and again, another surprise. Don't be, you know, shouting at me, but I'm going with Harry Kane. Now he is in form, purely with the fact of 1 game. Hopefully that would have kick-started him, and he's home against Aston Villa. So surely you've got to be getting some goals in that. I'm putting him in there purely for the fact Villa have been poor. He was good in the last game. Hopefully he can bring that form onto this game. He's rested midweek. So hopefully you can push forward, get some goals, Harry, and do us proud. Still, 17.9% of people selected him as a time for recording this, so it's not too bad from him. But, nevertheless, phone down on the desk. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, then leave a like, and we think in the comments down below, and subscribe if you feel like I'm worthy. hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I'm really dry-throated. I need to go and take a drink because I've been talking non-stop for about 10 minutes or so. But thank you guys for watching, and peace.